Hello friends, today we start with the last topic of a chapter or topic, liquid preparations, liquid oral preparations, that is so called suspensions. And then one more topic need to complete by today, that is your dry powder for reconstitution. Now before going to start with the lecture, tell me one thing. 4 topics we already covered related with liquid oral preparations like syrup, solution, elixirs and emulsion. Hope everyone can read the book, everyone can see the shoot lectures, and everyone can try to get it understood what is to be explained for every these preparations. This is the 5th and last one, liquid oral preparation, that is so called suspension. And no doubt, according to BP, oral suspensions are nothing but the mixture of one or more ingredient dissolved in a suitable vehicle. Dissolved in a suitable vehicle. Vehicle can be used as a water, as a oil or anything else. That means this is our one or more ingredients, one or more active ingredients, they are to be dissolving with a specific vehicle, and generally the size of particles in this suspension is variable from 0.5 to 5 micron. The size of particles present in suspensions, it is variable from 0.5 to 5 micron. These all suspensions can be used for internal application. They are to be taken internally for different diseases. Now, once you know the fundamental, the definition for suspension is, suspensions are definitely they are indivisible liquids. That means one insoluble solid particles, one phase of insoluble solid particles, it is to be dissolved with external phase of another solid particles, external phase ranging with the variable size of particles. It is then dissolved with aqueous, oily or alcoholic vehicle. It is then added with aqueous, oily or alcoholic vehicle by the use of suspending agent. I repeat, suspensions are defined as, this is the indivisible liquid in which one internal phase, it is throughout get dispersed of insoluble solids, throughout get dispersed with another external phase of different insoluble solids added into alcoholic, oily or aqueous vehicle by the use of variable suspending agent. The pharmaceutical suspension is defined as a coarse dispersing in which internal phase consists of insoluble solid particles of a specific size range dispersed uniformly throughout the external aqueous or oily or organic liquid phase with the aid of single suspending agent. That is the so-called suspension. That means there are two phases, one internal phase, one external phase, and these two phases they are to be mixed up. These two phases they are to be mixed up by the use of one vehicle along with the one suspending agent. Now generally these suspensions are classified into two classes. There are two classes of suspensions, and these suspensions are classified on the basis of their route of administration, particle size, dissolution, dispersion in the body, dissolution with the body mechanism by the use of different types of excipients. They are to be added and they are then dispensing as per their need. And these suspensions are classified into two classes which are based upon one, therapeutic, and second, based upon nature of suspension. They are to be classified on the basis of number one, based on the basis of therapeutic class, and second, based on the basis of nature of solids. If I say the first one based on therapeutic class means these are the ones that are to be useful for different diseases. And generally, in a first class, so-called therapeutic class, they are divided like antacid suspension, analgesic suspension, antispasmodic suspensions, antimicrobial suspension, antifungal suspensions, and so on. Antacid suspension, analgesic suspensions, antimicrobial suspensions, antifungal suspensions, anti-convergent suspensions, and so on. These are the different types of a suspension: analgesic, antacid, antibacterial, anti-convergent, antispasmodic, antifungal. These are the different suspensions classes which are to be based upon their therapeutic use, which are to be based upon their therapeutic class. And second one, suspensions are based upon nature of a solids. Suspensions are based upon nature of solids, like one, flocculated suspension, and second, non-flocculated suspension or deflocculated suspension. There are two types of suspension which are based upon nature of a solids. Number one is flocculated suspension, and number second is a non-flocculated or deflocculated suspension. These are the two major classes of suspension. Pehla, suspensions based upon therapeutic class. Second, suspensions based upon nature of a solid class. First is containing 4 to 5 different therapeutic class examples. Second will contain 2 nature of solid examples. Once you know the classification, the next one, which are the different advantages and disadvantages of suspension. If I say the advantages of suspensions, suspensions are the one, they are more stable in nature. These all suspensions are chemically stable and water insoluble drugs. They are chemically stable and water insoluble drugs. This is the first. Second, all these suspensions, they are capable to mask unpleasant taste and odor. They are capable to mask unpleasant bitter taste of a drugs. Third one, they are palatable. Palatable means they are easily mixed with the body fluid. They are do not showing any therapeutic disturbances with the body mechanism. They are palatable with the body and they are easy for swallow. Easy for swallow and palatable to the body, palatable to the body mechanism. That is, these are the 3 different advantages. Pehla ka सांगितलं मी, they are more stable insoluble drugs. They are more stable, better chemical stability so called, and they are water insoluble drugs. Better chemical stability केव्हा येणार? जेव्हा they are water insoluble drugs. They are water insoluble drugs, but they are showing better stability. पहिला. Second one, these suspensions are the one they mask unpleasant bitter taste. Unpleasant bitter taste should be masked by using this suspension. And third one, all suspensions are palatable. Palatable means they are easily mixed with the body fluid. They are palatable with the body and easy to swallow. These are the 3 major. Number of advantages are there, but you need to study 3 to 4 different advantages and disadvantages. These are the 3 major advantages for suspensions. Now once you know the advantages, different disadvantages are, due to the bulk quantity of a suspensions, disadvantage number 1, due to the bulk quantity of a suspension, they may create a problem at the time of storage and at the time of transportation. There may be the chances of a breakage. This is the first. Second one, due to the excessive dose, there may be the improper accuracy of a unit dose. Improper accuracy of a unit dose may be achieved due to this packaging system. They do not supply the unit dose system. Uniform and accurate dosing cannot be achieved. Uniform and accurate dosage system cannot be achieved. Why this so? Because they are to be supplied in a bulk. This is the second. The third one, all suspensions before administered in the body of patient, they need to shake. Without shaking, you cannot take a suspension inside the body. If you take, it do not show its proper use. That's why all suspensions before taking internally, they need a shaking. This is the third one, disadvantages. Kiti disadvantage? Number one is, these are the one, they are bulk in quantity. They do not achieve the uniform dosaging system. Second, at the time of transportation, due to the bulk in quantity, they may create the problem at the time of transport, at the time of storage. There may be the chances of breakage of a container at the time of transportation. Third one, due to the suspensions, these are the one, they need a shaking before taking. When you want to take it inside, you want to shake it outside. बाहेर त्याला शेक केल्यानंतर त्याला इन्साइड घ्यायचं आहे. Then and then only will shows the proper active medicaments used in the body of patient. These three are the disadvantages. First 3 to 4 are the advantages of a suspension. Now once you know the advantages and disadvantages of a suspension, all suspensions are to be stored in light. All suspensions are to be stored in a tight containers, protected from freezing and moisture, heat and light. All suspensions are to be stored in a tight container, protected from freezing, moisture, heat and light. That is the in all total explanation regarding for suspension. What is the storage condition? These are the one that are to be stored in tight container, avoiding freezing, protected from light, moisture and heat. These are the storage conditions for suspension. Up to this is the in all total explanation regarding with the liquid oral preparation. हे कोणाचं झालं? Liquid oral preparation. And these all suspensions ranging in the size of a particle from 0.5 to 5 micron. Particle size किती असेल? 0.5 to 5 micron is the particle size ranging in this suspension. Whereas in an emulsion, the particle droplets, the oil droplets present in the emulsion, they are ranging from 0.1 to 100 micrometer. Today 0.1 to 100 micrometer. This is the size of oil globules, oil droplets in emulsion, and the size of particle in suspension ranging from 0.5 to 5 micron. This is the size of particles in a suspension. Here we are comparing with the 5 different liquid oral preparation: syrup, solution, elixir, emulsion, and last one suspension. Once you know these 5 different liquid oral preparation, the next topic is a dry powder for reconstitution. Dry powder for reconstitution. Reconstitution म्हणजेच काय? Replacement. Reconstitution म्हणजेच काय? Replacement you can say. And these all reconstitution powders are a dry powder. They are to be marked by giving oral route of administration. They are to be oral medication. They are given by oral medications. And in this dosage sachet, they are a single dose sachet, they are a multiple dose sachet. They are what? Single dose sachet or multiple dose sachet, which containing different types of excipients. These all dry powders, they are containing a different types of excipients which are used for the dissolution, for the disintegration, for the absorption by the body, prevention, the formation of cake of a powder. We are in touch with the dry powder for reconstitution. आता जे बोलतो मी कसलं आहे, लिक्विड ओरल प्रिपरेशन टॉपिक संपला आहे. त्याच्यात नंतर लिक्विड ओरल संपला. आता त्याच्यात हा सेकंड पार्ट आहे. त्याचपेक्षा ड्राय पावडर फॉर रिकॉन्स्टिट्यूशन. रिकॉन्स्टिट्यूशन म्हणजेच काय? रिप्लेसमेंट. जसं मी मागे इलेक्ट्रोलाइट रिप्लेसमेंट बोललो होतो तसंच हे असेल रिप्लेसमेंट. आणि इन दिस ड्राय पावडर, these are oral reconstitution powder, oral reconstitution medication for a different pediatrics and geriatric patients. Pediatric म्हणजे लहान बाळ आणि जेरियाट्रिक म्हणजे अतिशय एल्डर बिफोर +65 एज. जेरियाट्रिक म्हणजे काय? plus 65 age patients. For these, this dry powder for oral reconstitution can be used. And they are used as for the medication. But these dry powder are the one, they are used in the form of single dose sachet, they are to be used in a multiple dose sachet. But while giving in the body of patient, they need one vehicle. They need what? Vehicle. And while preparation of these powders, they are to be prepared by the use of different types of excipients. They are to be, and these excipients are helpful for dissolution of powder, disintegration of powder, absorption of powder by the body mechanism. There may be a single dose sachet, there may be multiple dose container. They may be supplied in a single dose sachet, they may be supplied in a multiple dose sachet, but when they are given in the body of patient to facilitate, to increase the dispersion of such a medicament, they are to be prevent the caking only when the some additives are added. Generally, these dry powders are useful only when they are given by oral route with the help of a vehicle. That is so called dry powder for reconstitution. Dry powder म्हणजे काय? This is the powder. This is what? This is a powder which is used for reconstitution. This is used for replacement. But these powders are used for medicinal use. No doubt, they are used for medicinal use. But while preparation of these powders, some excipients are to be added. And these excipients, why to be added? Because once you add such excipient, they prevent, they helpful for absorption of dry powder by the body, dissolution of a dry powder with the vehicle, dispersion of the dry powder throughout the body. They are easy when you add with the excipient, and also they prevent the caking of dry powder at the time of dispersion. They do not allow to cake the dry powder while storage for longer time. And these dry powder, they show their medication use only when they are to be given by oral route by the dissolution with one vehicle, and it might be of aqueous metal like water. थोडक्यात, as you all know about electrol powder, तुम्ही सगळ्यांनी electrol powder पाहिले, ग्लुकोज पावडर पाहिले, ॲपकोज डी पाहिली आहे. हे सगळ्या ज्या पावडर्स या ड्राय पावडर झाल्या. काय झाल्या? ड्राय पावडर्स. बट जेव्हा तुम्हाला ते पोटात घ्यायचे, वेन यू वॉन्ट टू टेक इट इनसाइड, तुम्हाला ती पावडर काय करायची? पाण्यात डिझॉल्व्ह करायची. तुम्हाला काय करायची? ती पाण्यात डिझॉल्व्ह करायची. दॅट वॉटर ड्रॉट, that is to be taken internally. That is so-called reconstitution. And when you take it inside, you are supposed to maintain some weakness. Weakness जो डेव्हलप झाला त्याला कमी करण्यासाठी आपण इलेक्ट्रॉल घेतो, ग्लुकोज पावडर घेतो. मीन्स यू आर reconstitute some ingredient, reconstitute some electrolytes in our body, but that electrolytes can be reconstituted only when such types of powders are to be given, such types of powders are to be taken, but while taking, they are to be added in a vehicle. That is to be taken as a draught. That is to be taken as a draught. And to prevent the caking of these powders, some excipients are added. To increase the rate of dissolution, rate of absorption, for these powder, some excipients are added. And that's why these dry powders are defined as, these are the one, they are reconstitution or preparation consisting loose dry powder mixtures of various degree of the particle size range. These are the one, they are preparing consisting of, they are reconstitution or preparing of loose dry powder or mixtures of various degree of the particle size, and that require the addition of water as a vehicle. And generally they are to be administered for pediatric purpose. They are administered for pediatric, लहान बाळासाठीच याचा वापर जास्त होतो. And these are, the particle size of such a powder is variable in a range. Variable range of a particle size is there, and that variable range particle size, that is to be prepared in the form of powder, and they require the vehicle as a water before administered in the body of patient. And generally they are given for pediatric purposes. Their administration is mostly used for pediatric purposes, and these reconstitutions are preparations consisting of loose dry powder mixtures of various degree of fine particle size. They are having various degree of fine particle size. This is the definition for dry powder. Now once you know the definition, there are two different classes of dry powders. There are what? Two different classes of dry powders. Number one, unit dose powders for oral constitution, oral suspension, and multiple dose powder for oral suspension. पहिलं काय? युनिट म्हणजे सिंगल. युनिट म्हणजे काय? सिंगल dose powder for oral suspension, and this unit dose powder consists of or administered by. This unit dose powder is the one which showing a therapeutic use. It shows a medicinal use. But these unit dose powder generally they are to be spread up with some semi-solid drugs like jellies or creams, and that is to be taken. And some other time they are to be added in a water, prepare its solution, and that is to be taken, and that generally to be useful for pediatric and geriatric purposes. Geriatric patients, pediatric and geriatric. Pediatric म्हणजे लहान बाळांसाठी आणि geriatric म्हणजे काय? अतिशय elder peoples, they are having the age up to about 65 plus. In the age of 65 plus, these powders are to be administered, so called unit dose powder. म्हणजे they are to be given by spraying with semi-solid preparations like jellies, creams. They are to be spread up, sprinkle over the jellies, over the creams, and that is to be taken. Shows the therapeutic use. Some other time they are to be added in a vehicle as a water. That is to be taken. They are generally used for pediatric as well as some geriatric patients. They are to be used dissolved with the water or juice. Juice मध्ये पण त्याला ऍड केल्यानंतर they are then administered before administration or immediately. They are to be given before administration. These are preferred for pediatric and geriatric patients. Administration म्हणजे पोटा देण्याच्या अगोदर त्याला डिझॉल्व करायचं, इमिजिएट टू बी टेकन. दॅट इज सो कॉल्ड single dose dry powder for suspension. Second one, multiple dose dry powder for suspension. Multiple dose dry powder for oral suspension. If I say multiple dose dry powder, these are the one that are to be packed up, they are to be supplied in a large bottles. That will be packed up with the suitable size bottle for reconstitution with water immediately before dispensing. They are to be added with the water immediately before dispensing. That is so called multiple powders for oral suspension. They are dispensed in a suitable size bottles, added with water immediately before dispensing. They are to be given once, twice, or repeated. They are to be given repeatedly, but repeated use can be done only when they are to be added with a suitable. They are to be placed with a suitable size bottles and added with the water immediately before dispensing. घेण्याच्या just अगोदर त्याला पाण्यात टाकायचं, डिसॉल्व करायचं, to be taken. That is so called multiple dose oral suspension. Electrol powder is a multiple dose oral suspension. Glucose powder is a multiple dose oral suspension. They are to be added in a water immediately to be taken. Dispense करण्याच्या अगोदर पाण्यात टाकायचं आणि लगेच त्याला काय करायचं, घेऊन टाकायचं. These are the two major classes of dry powder for reconstitution. Now once you know the classification, there are some advantages and disadvantages. Again, there is advantages and disadvantages. The advantages for dry powder, number one is their use of sachets makes accurate single dosaging possible. Due to the single use of a sachets, they shows a unit dose system. Single sachets with a proper weight. पहिला advantage काय? Single sachets, they are having a proper weight. And once you open these sachets, just add it with a vehicle to be taken inside, will supply the unit dose system. No measurement is required. You will supply the unit dose system. Accuracy of a dose can be maintained when they are a single dose system. This is the first. Second one, they improve the appearance and flow characteristics. They improve what? Their appearance should be maintained and the flow characteristics should be maintained. This is the second. And third one, they are best suited for pediatric populations. Population म्हणण्यापेक्षा they are more suitable for pediatric patients, geriatric patients due to their sweeter taste, due to their flavored taste, due to the flavored and sweet taste. They are variable, acceptable by some pediatrics, some geriatric patients. These are the three major advantages for dry powder for reconstitution. And second, next one, some disadvantages for dry powder is also there. Number of disadvantages are there. पहिला disadvantage, in a bulk preparation, if the dry powder is in a bulk preparation, there may be no accuracy for a dose system. Accuracy of a dose problem may be arises if they are supplied in the form of bulk quantity. Second one, stability of reconstituted preparations cannot be maintained at the time of storage, at the time of temperature. Stability of such a powder cannot be maintained due to the storage problem at the variable temperature. This is the second. That means stability can't be maintained due to the excessive temperature due to the storage condition. Third one, they may forming a cake at the time of storage. There may be the formation of a cake at the time of storage. And there may be the loss of product, loss of powder at the time of mixing. Powder loss may be there at the time of mixing. There may not, due to the bulk in quantity, accuracy of a dose cannot be maintained. Due to the long exposure for a long period of time, there may be the chances of a caking. There may be the chances of a caking at the time of storage condition, and the stability it is not to be reconstituted for storage condition at a different temperatures. These all are the different disadvantages. काय सांगितलं मी, स्टोरेज टेम्परेचरमुळे स्टॅबिलिटी मेंटेन होणार नाही. स्टोरेज कंडिशन जर लॉंग असेल तर केक सुद्धा तयार होऊ शकतो. नंतर जेव्हा तुम्ही मिक्स करताय, मिक्सिंग करताना वेस्टेज ऑफ पावडर होऊ शकतं. आणि जर बल्क क्वांटिटीमध्ये पावडर असेल तर ॲक्युरसी ऑफ अ डोस कॅन नॉट बी मेंटेन. दीज आर द फोर मेजर डिसऑर्डर. ॲक्युरसी मेंटेन होणार नाही, केक तयार होऊ शकतं, डोस युनिट डोस सिस्टीम राहणार नाही, वेस्टेज ऑफ पावडर मे बी देअर. These all are the disadvantages of a powder which are used for reconstitution. And once you know the advantages and disadvantages, some storage condition, and these all dry powders can be stored only with a wide mouth container at an adequate space with a proper storage condition. They have to be stored. That means the specific storage condition, all dry powders should be stored only in wide mouth container. कशा स्टोर करणार? They have to be stored only with a wide mouth container. That is for a dry powder. That ends with a first topic, liquid oral preparation, and second, dry powder for reconstitution. Reconstitution म्हणजेच काय, replacement म्हटलं तरी चालेल. And these are the powders. They are to be used orally with one vehicle. Vehicle means it might be water, it might be juice. त्याच्यामध्ये ऍड करायचं to be taken. They may replace some electrolytes with the body. They may replace some major constituents of our body. And that powder used as a therapeutic. There may be the single dose powder. There may be the multiple dose powder. Single dose itself, that is to be added in a vehicle to be taken as a draught. Before administration, add it, take it. Multiple dose itself, that is to be added in a vehicle, add it, to be taken with a vehicle before dispensing. They have to be dissolved. That means this is the detailed account for dry powder for reconstitution. म्हणजे सिंगल असेल तर सॅचेट असेल, मल्टिपल असेल तर लार्ज साईज बॉटलमध्ये पॅक करणार, रिपीटेडली दॅट इज टू बी गिवन. मल्टिपल म्हणजे बऱ्याच वेळा एक डोस 2, 3, 4. सिंगल असेल तर ओनली 1 डोस. सिंगल डोस सॅचेट्स आर टू बी देअर. सॅचेट असेल तर ॲक्युरसी ऑफ डोस असेल, परंतु मल्टिपल डोस असेल देअर मे नॉट बी द ॲक्युरसी ऑफ अ डोस. Sometimes it is to be more, sometimes it might be less. to be taken inside. That is the detailing for dry powder for reconstitution. That ends with the first topic, liquid oral preparations and dry powder. Now next time we start with the topical preparation. We will start with the topical preparation, and if I say topical means external. Topical means what? External preparation. That we'll see by next time. Till then, goodbye.